The game's focus has been more on expanding and creating more game modes rather than just being about Battle Royale. This was especially the case with the launch of Chapter 5, bringing us 3 new game modes that were all really exciting to play at the time. But as time passed on, these game modes would flop, suffering dramatic player count drops, all of them being over 90%, which isn't great. But now that we've gotten even more game modes with the launch of Chapter 6, this time around it really seems like Fortnite's vision of this metaverse is actually coming true. Whereas I would say, Fortnite is turning into Roblox. You may disagree with this, but in this video I will go over my reasons as to why this is actually happening and whether I think this is actually a good idea or not. And with all that said, let's hop in. So one little thing that you might not have remembered from Chapter 5 is that they introduced an age rating system. This made so that certain game modes had specific age ratings and restricted certain items from being in those game modes. So let's say your skin has a grenade or a gun on it. Chances are you will not be able to use it in one of those other game modes that has a lower minimum age rating. This is of course very controversial, and I think absolutely nobody liked it at the time, although it is better now, since back then random skins that did not have anything vulgar could still be banned from certain game modes, which was really, really bad. But this shows that they really want to diversify its audience, bring in more people from other ages, and I'd say even more from that lower range age. And I see this as making Fortnite more, I guess makes sense. And I see this as kind of capitalizing on Roblox's market, trying to get some of those players to join Fortnite to see the even greater potential Unreal Engine 5 and Creative has, which definitely is a smart move, as I think the audiences between Roblox and Fortnite have a lot of overlap, especially now with Creative being such a big part of the game, having all sorts of random game modes, some of them being really good and others just being brain rot slop. There's something for everyone, and this is exactly like Roblox. You can find some really good shit on Roblox. There's certain game modes that I've had a lot of fun in, but then there's of course the random absolutely garbage ones that have low effort and are just basically brain rot as well. But I feel like that problem is not as big in Roblox as it is in Fortnite, and part of that might be because the moderation on Fortnite is not nearly as strong as Roblox, because we all know how strong the moderation is over there on Roblox. It's actually silly. You can type certain words that don't even have anything to do with a swear word or a slur, but it could still be censored. It's crazy. And now that we also have a text chat in Fortnite, it really starts to feel like this is becoming Roblox, but the next evolution for it. And I'm sure most people won't use the text chat. It's kind of difficult to set up compared to Roblox, but it's there and some people will use it. Another reason as to why Fortnite is becoming Roblox is the monetization model of the game now. If you don't know, if you make a creative map, chances are you can make a lot of money. This has created a bunch of YouTubers just spamming maps. Some of them can be really good and some of them can be really bad, but they do this because it's a lot of money. You can have just a couple hundred players on your map and you could make way more than the average American citizen makes each year. It's kind of silly. And once again, this is like Roblox. Roblox gives you money whenever someone plays their game or spends money within that game. And let me just go on a little tangent here. And I'm kind of worried that Fortnite will take a different direction where they start adding microtransactions to these specific small creative maps. Like just imagine you're playing box fights and now you can spend 500 V-Bucks on a special weapon. Like just imagine how bad that will be. And I'm not entirely sure if I remember right, but I feel like this has been discussed by Epic at some point, potentially allowing these creators to have microtransactions within the maps, and I just believe that's a terrible idea and I really hope they don't do that. But anyway, this monetization model might be a good thing for certain people, giving them an incentive to really push forward their map and update it and create a really good experience, but it also leads to a lot of people putting out absolute slop maps out there just to cash in on a lot of money. And I can't really blame them. You know, money is great. Who doesn't love money? But if Fortnite really wants a similar experience to Roblox with all these other experiences, then they need to start moderating it better and adding more restrictions to these emotes within that, and doesn't have nearly the same amount of slop as Fortnite does. Of course, I'm not saying to remove the monetization from Fortnite entirely, but something needs to be done before all creative is consumed by the brain rot monster. And my next point here is one I don't really see that talked about, and that's that Disney did buy a portion of Epic, and they will have their own sort of experience or game mode or whatever within Fortnite. And we don't know just how big this will be, but it's looking like it's going to be absolutely massive. I already know what the comments are going to be like. And just imagine all sorts of favorite characters you could find within that game mode, and all sorts of things you could do in there. Maybe it's going to be something like Disney World in real life. I don't know. This is of course another part of their whole focus on this metaverse sort of Roblox idea that will expand the game even further beyond Battle Royale and all that. But as of now, there's not much information about it. I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere that this will release sometime in 2026, so we still have like 2 years until then, which is a long time, but this could be something really, really big. And of course, we've seen a lot of collaborations from all sorts of companies. We've seen Nike, Adidas, DC, Marvel, and honestly, they might even pay Fortnite to create their own game mode as a part of this metaverse. Kind of similar to how Lego Fortnite did it, because if you didn't know, Lego is pretty much everywhere. It just got another game mode, which is Lego Brick Life. I didn't really play it, I don't really know what it's about, and I have no idea if people actually like it, but it is a new Lego game mode, which really shows that Lego has definitely paid a lot of money to Epic Games to create these game modes, and especially with all the skins now having to have a Lego variant, which is kind of annoying. It leads to a lot of skins from the past not being brought back, but it's not that big of a deal. So because of Lego being such a big part of the game now, I could see a lot of other brands out there joining in on this ecosystem expansion. Who knows? But the biggest thing that really makes this game turn into Roblox is their whole focus on the metaverse. They've said it before. They want to make this game turn into Roblox. That's their whole goal. If you love Battle Royale and you want that to be the main focus, well, I'm sorry, that probably won't be the biggest focus for Fortnite in these next years, which is unfortunate in many ways, but I'm still sure that Battle Royale will be a big focus anyway. It might just not be the biggest one. And remember, Chapter 5 was the whole step into this metaverse thing. They're really trying their hardest to push these game modes into our faces with Festival, Rocket Racing, and Lego Fortnite. And the one that's really stayed from that group is Lego Fortnite. That's the one that is the biggest right now, which makes sense. It's a survival game similar to Minecraft. Of course, that would be the biggest one. And then there's Festival and then Rocket Racing, which is pretty much dead. I have a higher sub count than the amount of players in Rocket Racing. Think about that for a second. That is not good. And I'm just a small YouTuber. And honestly, I don't know if Rocket Racing will make it another year, to be honest. But regardless, despite how big of a flop the initial metaverse game was kind of were, whether you like them or not, it seems like they still are very much focused on this. They're just doing it a bit different this time around. We saw OG become a permanent mode, which was something a lot of people asked for, but I think they went a step beyond that, adding every single season as a monthly update for the mode, which is just like OG mode. But then we have Lego Brick Life, and this is just like game modes have been received a lot better, because they are a lot better. They have way more content and have way more polish than the other game modes did, and they actually feel complete for the God. It really seemed like they locked in and really created something way better. And due to this positive